Okay, so these are all activities organised by some of our Year 11 students as part of the Giving Nation Challenge, which is basically a scheme where the children have to think of a social issue and attract the interest of their peers, of the teachers, raise some money, raise awareness and have a bit of fun.
Everyone just loves doing stuff like that, and it's just a really good thing. It's fun, and everyone wants to come watch it. It's just a thing that everyone can do together.
Yeah, it gets the teachers involved too, which is really good, so I don't know, it's just fun.
Look at all the money I've raised.
At Sir John Law School in Harpenden, they are teaching citizenship across a range of different subject areas throughout the curriculum.
Okay, ladies, gentlemen, if we come in now, please.
Here in a Year 11 citizenship class, Manny Fernandez has been mobilising his students to fundraise for the NSPCC as the basis for this term's project.
Okay, so let me take you back. The beginning of last half of term, we set a challenge for you along with the rest of your year group, which was to come up with a project for a cause of your choosing to achieve a goal to make some kind of difference in the community.
In class today we were just reviewing what we'd all done as a project overall over the past half term, and all the groups fed back about what they'd done individually for their own projects.
We organised the disco for the Year 7s. We were going to do it for Year 8s as well, but we thought that would be too ambitious because we wouldn't be able to sell that many tickets.
Over the thing I was doing publicity, but today I was thinking of ideas of how we could have improved it or what went well.
Manny has split the class into teams so that different groups are taking charge of separate tasks, like publicity, organising the fundraising and managing the online log, which collates all the different projects across the year group.
What we need to add in are members of the team who basically try to note down your classmates, that just names will do within the team, and I'll ask perhaps each team to come over and give you that information so that they know, you know who to put down for which part of the disco group and so on.
Is this still part of it, or is it?
Yeah. What's it called? Budget?
We had buckets and we went round Harpenden and asked the Harpenden people whether they would donate money, and if they did we would offer them stickers.
As an incentive. We raised £192.22.
So the aim was that as a class they would be completely responsible for this project, so including managing of budgets for any resources that they needed to buy to set up their project, to account for any money that came in through donations or through the selling of tickets for the disco.
We did a disco for Year 7 on the 21st of October, and we'd say that we raised quite a lot of money. It's a good success.
We thought it was a definite success, and we managed to have a good disco for the Year 7s, and we raised £150 profit for the charity.
Are you having fun?
We think that we've learned many lessons during this. We've learned new organisation skills, and we also learned not to give up.
I think it was really great to see the presentations that the students had come up with, and I felt my role as a teacher really, in a way, was to kind of step back a little.
We think that we could have made the tickets more available for Year 7s because there was only 3 days which we sold them, and we thought that we should have put the donation bucket when the Year 7s actually came to the disco, so that their parents could donate more money and we could make a large profit.
Right, okay guys, this is the last song of the night, so make sure you're all up and dancing. Here we go.
Brilliant, well done. Well, I think you can be extremely proud of yourselves, but let's perhaps just share a few ideas. What skills have we really learnt doing this? What are you going to take away from this that's going to stay with you, to really, bring something new into your way of thinking or into your skills for your life?
Definitely not giving up, because I know there was a point in the disco team where we hadn't sold many tickets, and we were almost looking at postponing it. So that would be definitely one of the things I would think about now, like a lesson I learnt, not to give up.
I'd done a bit of fundraising. When I went to Africa, I had to fundraise, but nothing quite like this, because you've just got to organise it all yourself. You can't rely on anyone else to do it.
Basically, it teaches you how to work as a team properly to get to your goal, because we wanted to raise a good amount of money to give to the charity. So we made sure that we were positive about it, and that we wanted to get to where we wanted to be.
I think it's definitely a worthwhile thing to learn about in class, because obviously it's for a good cause and you raise lots of money, but also you learn skills that you'll need maybe later in life as well.
Here at Sir John Law School, citizenship is part of the larger life skills faculty, a term which covers more than just fundraising and throwing cream pies.
Well, life skills basically is the name of the faculty that includes PSHE, citizenship. We also cover enterprise, education for sustainable development. So it includes all these different areas of the curriculum.
As a whole school, there's a kind of culture of citizenship, and particularly the kind of global angle. So children are encouraged right from year 7 to be involved in kind of global citizenship outside the classroom as well as in their lessons.
It's a very citizenship-rich school. Many of the students are very active within the school community, organising different kinds of projects, raising awareness, raising funds for different causes and charities.
We've had children running fair trade tuck shops, delivering assemblies in local primary schools, running events with the PTA, running an ethical fashion show which we had last February.
Award-winning teacher Helen Gosnell is keen on promoting citizenship around the school, both in and out of her lessons. In her Year 9 geography class, she's using citizenship to teach about development and the importance of being a global citizen.
Okay, 9N, if you can all look round to the back of the wall. Today, what we're looking at is really what we think about development issues. So we're in the middle.
Today's lesson is really a kind of taking stock lesson, thinking about what they have learnt so far, but then it's providing a link to our next kind of part of the topic, which is really about how the UK's role within developing countries and their role as global citizens.
Now we're going to start with an activity which is familiar to you called an opinion line. And if I remind you of the kind of how it works, you've got 2 statements, agree and disagree. I'm going to read out a series of statements and I want you to decide what you think about that statement. If you strongly agree, you go and stand that side. If you strongly disagree, you stand that side. And if you're kind of sitting on the fence and you're a bit in the middle, you're over here somewhere. Okay? So the first statement that I'd like to read to you is, it is important to learn about countries outside the UK at school. So you need to get up and stand where you think.
The agree and disagree line is something that it's actually used quite a lot, I think, in this school, and it's really looking at issues that there's going to be diverse opinions on. And sometimes when you're studying something like development, there's a danger that children think there's a right and a wrong thing, whereas actually it's healthy to have a range of opinion and they can respect and listen to what other people are saying.
Okay, Britain should not trade with countries with a poor human rights record. Okay, that means the countries treating their people badly. Britain should not trade with those countries. Agree, disagree.
They learn from each other. So rather than me coming up and saying, well, this is an argument for this and this is an argument against it, they learn from each other about arguments that might support different opinions.
Okay, we've got quite a good spread. And that's good, because it is good to have different opinions. And for a lot of these questions, there's not right and wrong answers. We've got different opinions, and we should be able to express them. So if we start with this end, you people don't believe that's right. We should carry on trading with those countries. Can anyone justify their opinion?
Yeah. Because if they don't trade with them, they're not going to make any money.
Okay, so the country won't make any more money. What else in terms of people do you think? Jason?
Well, if they don't get people to trade with them, they're not going to have as much as other people, other countries, so they're not going to be able to have build on their society.
Okay, some of you agree that we shouldn't trade with those countries. Jamie, can you tell me why you agree?
Well, if they've got a poor human rights record, then if we're trading with them, they could get worse because they might be able to buy stuff to make the human rights worse.
Global citizen is someone who cares about other countries apart from their own. They take care and they support other countries, supporting to charities.
I think it's somebody or country who helps other people around the world and who is environmentally friendly.
Well, I think a global citizen is someone that's cares, but some people just pretend they care, but I think they really do care deep, and they donate and do stuff to try and help rather than just say they're going to help.
The second part of the lesson, after we'd done the agree and disagree line, was a carousel of different activities. So the pupils were in different groups, and each kind of station or each table had a different activity. And the idea was they had sort of 3 or 4 minutes on each table to do that activity and then move on. So then the question is, at Sir John Law's, what does our school do? Does it help you to do that in any way? And if it doesn't, then what could it do? What could go in this circle here? Okay, hopefully you'll have a little bit in each.
Oh, didn't we go to Zambia? We have a link. Year 10s and stuff go to Zambia.
We have a link with Zambia, so that's helping another school country. Zambia.
Well, we've got a school that we're linked to in Zambia, and basically in year 10 we go over there and we see the people in Zambia, what they're like and how the school is and what the education is like.
Can you remember what the main commodity is in Zambia, the main thing they produce?
Coal, no.
Nearly. Begins with the same letter. Nearly. What's the main thing that Zambia produces? Begins with a C.
Oh, copper.
Yeah, that was it. Does that make sense? Yep. We've made a conscious effort to try and make them realise that Zambia's not all poor and is not all mud huts. Because we've taken pupils out, they've come back, they've done assemblies, they've shown their photos, and they learn just as much from them as they would do from a teacher standing at the front of a classroom. Do you think if you wrote a letter to your MP it would be effective? Do you think it might?
Because you'd need a lot more people to write a letter for our MP to start agreeing with us.
So that's quite a good point, because I think when lots of people write it about the same thing it might make a difference, but you think that if you just wrote it wouldn't?
Yeah.
I've always felt one of the most important aspects of education should be to prepare young people to be conscious, active members of society.
They are citizens already and they will be in the future. So as a school it's really important that we don't just prepare them for what's next, but we enable them to think about what they're doing now and the impact that has.